Well, good morning from Autsin, Texas. Who'd have thought? Got in a traffic jam at what, 9:30 in the morning? I figured I'd leave at 9:30 instead of 8:30 so I could beat this stuff. Apparently not. This is another one. This is another one of those little tips, kids. There's downtown Autsin. Kind of a cool looking city, kind of almost looks a little bit like Dallas. Pretty cool that is. Yeah, so anyways, so I bedded down for the night and I tried to
in 1 1/4 miles, keep left.
I tried to do an extra good pre-trip, post-trip, just because of the distance and because of all the funny stuff that's been happening. Little things, nothing major, just little things.
In 1 mile, keep left, then keep right.
I've never been here, but I know where I'm going, honey. Again, she's always telling me what to do, but yeah, so this is I-35 east, and it's congested. For the life of me, I can't figure out why. If this was Dallas, I would understand. These roads are actually way better than Dallas. Because, well, just because they are. I mean, Dallas's roads were not meant for semis. And these lines are straight, unlike Dallas, which is not straight. So one thing we gotta learn, first of all, tacos are not tacos unless you've been down to the border. I'm telling you. I have some tacos down there that don't even taste like tacos. So from now on, Taco Bell can kiss my butt. Well, I'm not saying I'm not gonna eat them or anything like that. But yeah, these were like a lot different. I guess Taco Bell is the American version of tacos. Autsin, Texas.
Keep left.
A lot of history here. A lot of history. Well, you know what? Again, as I'm driving, I like to give some tips. You can see my mirror's gone. Not a big deal, but a big deal to me because I like that mirror. I couldn't find one last night.
Keep right.
I could go to breakdown, but you know, I really don't need it. It wasn't on there in the first place. I'll get it when I get back. Safety rule number 1, I should have it. But I'm not going to cry the blues over it because it wasn't there when I got this truck. Like I said, I added this. It fell off. The road was so bumpy for 100 miles that literally, I mean, they just put this thing on and they were tightening it up and adjusting it. I don't know how it came loose. Well, anyways, so yeah, we will worry about that when we get back. In the meantime, I hope, like I said, DOT doesn't say anything about it because it looks like it was there, but it was not. So
continue on route.
But again, I use it heavily. I rely heavily on my rear view mirrors or my hood mirrors because I can see so much better without having to turn my head as much. I can just glance and I can see what's going on. Plus, when I make a left turn, I can see everything, you know, where the curve's at, rocks, any obstacles, hazards maybe. It's just a good thing. So I will fix it. It's not a big thing. What's concerning me now is the air conditioning. The air conditioner went out. Well, it never went on really. It's blowing air, but that's about it. So hopefully they can fix that before I head out again, wherever else they want to send me. Oh, congestion. But anyways, those are some things. Now I had some issues with my PeopleNet too. I'm not sure what's going on with that. I was getting gas. I put in fuel. You know, put in for my 15 minutes that it takes, and it didn't work. I mean, it started out, and I did also my pre-trip. I did them both, I did one, and I went off duty, then went on duty, then went off duty, right in the parking lot of Love's, because that's where it was at. Now, why it didn't, when I took off and it said, okay, Michael, you're ready to rock and roll, basically, is what the little computer has a button that says, okay, you're moving. I'm like, yeah, I pushed it and went back to 10 hours, 59 minutes drive time. It shouldn't have done that. It was on 0. There's nothing wrong with the people, that's working fine, so I'm not going to go to paper logs. I just don't know what happened there. I did it twice, actually. I had to do it twice for some reason. But anyways, so yeah, I mean, you don't come this way that often. San Antonio is really a pretty city. Texas is a wonderful state. I've got to see most of the outer rims except for the farthest western parts. And then I've been there when I was a kid. You know, I just remember it. So yeah, this is a very beautiful state. Anybody who lives in Texas is very lucky. Anyways, these driving tips. You want to start out right after rush hour, or when you know when there's going to be rush hour. But unfortunately, Texas, Dallas too actually, but Texas has its own little unique road system. I don't think they have a rush hour per se. I think they have just bad traffic, no matter what. Some cool stuff then going through here. I hope this comes out good on the video. But always check out for the traffic so you can just cruise through. Because when you're on a, see, I think they think I was supposed to be closer to Dallas when I'm more like 250 miles away from Dallas at the moment. No, I gotta go north 250 more miles. Hey, I jammed. There was no way that I can do that. I had the pedal to the metal. I jammed it all the way. I was on time at my first shipper. Went right to my second one. They took a long time to unload me, load and unload me. And I had kind of bark orders at them saying, hey man, I need to get out of here. They changed my window. I'm like, really? Well, how can you get there any quicker? My truck only does 66 on a good day. 65 is what it mostly does, but it flirts with 66. So that's cool. Wish it did 68 like my other truck, but hey. Anyways, did all that. Again, I checked for leaks in the coolant. I can't see anything leaking, so I don't know why I had issues with that. But again, it's good to check that. From now on, I just learned a safety tip myself. I'm not going to rely on the level of, you know, the coolant. When I look at it, I'm also going to look inside first. And then it didn't say you're not supposed to do that. It's just you're supposed to be able to see from the outside by giving it a visual, because it'll take a lot longer than 15 minutes to be checking everything out. Plus, like I said, it was at the full line when I checked it. And I don't know why they said it was low, but it was low. It was half-gallon low. So anyways, that's a tip. So I'm gonna be doing that from now on. But you gotta do it when it's cold, or else it won't matter. So make sure you do that. I checked all out my lights, some loose wiring that I found that I tucked up underneath the frame. Again, not a violation, but I don't like loose wiring hanging out because it gets snagged. I adjusted the tandems to be exact because they look like they're a little far back to me. And I also went over weigh scale, which I thought it was going to be real close to my overload, because they never tell you how much they're going to put on you until you get there. I wonder if I could ask how much I'm going to have total on there. I have never done that before, but I think I'm going to start because I was a little worried about the weight. And yes, I feel it. And they were not good loaders too. They should have put the heavier stuff to the front, which I did tell them to do. But that's the way it has to be loaded because of the place I'm going, how they load it and unload it. It's kind of weird. I'm gonna have a talk with the DMs about that. For the simple fact is, I should know all these things ahead of time. is not get. It's called the whiplash effect, when the weight is distributed towards the back more, which in my case is probably just a hair more to the back than it should be, which that's why I'm not really so concerned about it. But I am aware, and that's key, awareness. You have to be aware of all your loads the way they are. So whatever's in the front, I watch, even though they don't want me to, I always watch them load it. And they did a half-assed job doing it and put the heavier stuff towards the back. So a lot of it was on my rear tandem. It was the first 4 big crates. I'll call them crates. And the rest of them were to the back. The lighter ones seemed to me like they were in the forward part. But I don't know exactly what kind of auto parts were in there. It doesn't say on the manifest. It just says auto parts. A lot of times you go to these shippers and it really doesn't say a lot. And actually don't listen to the shippers. What's the weight on there, what the count is? Oh, they've been wrong before. So I don't know. I'm thinking that the companies, this is one thing I have a problem with. Companies should know exactly what I'm picking up, how much it already weighs, not when I load it, find out how much it weighs, and then drive 100 miles down the road to a weigh station and get pulled over and go, you're overweight. I think they should know that stuff ahead of time. Am I right? Yep, I'm right. They should know to the pound what I'm taking. That way, nobody would ever go over the weight again. I don't see how that is a problem. So with that in mind, this is Michael Trucking Gray signing off from the beautiful city of San Antonio, Texas. Take care.